Is the idea that we have a backlog of unfelt, unprocessed feelings just another idea? Or is it true? Of course it's another idea. Of course that's another idea. It doesn't mean that you don't, in this moment, acknowledge what's happening now. But yeah, past is an idea. Hello. Past is an idea, always. Yeah, so of course that's another idea, Keith. Everything's ideas. There is no truth to anything. All there is presence. We as humans made up the idea. We are made up the idea backlogged. Normally when we talk about backlogged, it's to do with plumbing or your paperwork, but now we've put it with emotion. We've got backlogged emotions. And everyone kind of knows what we mean. It means like stuck in the pipes, emotion. But we put all these words together and we communicate, and then we think they've got reality, but they haven't got reality. The reality is that which never moves. Everything else is untrue. Untrue, untrue, untrue. The reason why I suggest to acknowledge the feeling is if you don't acknowledge the feeling, the seeking just carries on unconsciously. So if you don't acknowledge the feeling now, say that, I don't know, so say if you're feeling afraid but there's no acknowledgement of that fear, what might be happening on the surface is a seeking to not be alone, because there's fear of loneliness or fear of being alone. So there's a seeking to not be alone, there's a seeking to be in company, there's a seeking to be in activity. And so just the acknowledgement of the feeling is so it can be recognized, the behavior, the seeking behavior. But eventually even the person that recognizes that and does that is seen to not be true as well. But it's almost like there has to be a seeing through that seeking illusion, a staying with that seeking illusion. One of my particular dislikes about talking about this subject, but actually it's not really a dislike at all, but I'm just going to name it as that so you understand that I'm trying to say it's not a positive thing. But something that I don't enjoy so much is meeting people that quite quickly tell me they're nobody. Because as soon as they start telling me that, I know that they're afraid of being somebody. And they think that that's the new reality, they're nobody. But really they're afraid of being somebody, and they've always afraid of being someone their whole life. So when they've heard they're nobody, it's such a relief for them. But it's just another thought process. It's not that you're nobody or somebody. Both are irrelevant. It's just this. I meet so many identified nobodies. People that are identified with not being somebody anymore, but being nobody. It puts me off doing the more extreme non-duality talk. Like, of course you're somebody. It's like it's normally just another defense the person takes on. So the reason why I point out the feelings is so people can feel that. Because if I'm speaking with someone, then I can point out to someone that they're afraid of being somebody, so therefore they're happy, or it makes them feel relief, the idea that they're nobody. But neither one is true. So the feelings, like by acknowledging the feelings, it really makes it understandable what you're doing on the seeking level. And it's not that you have to do anything, it's just the acknowledgement of those two things kind of break it. The next time that you're proudly showing off to someone or posting on Facebook that you're nobody, you're kind of a bit more aware that that's bullshit. And so more than likely that habit doesn't kick in. It keeps breaking. And then what's left when everything begins to break? You're not anything. You're not nobody. You're not somebody. You're not any words. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And then as you begin to see that you're not anything, that instantly implies that you've always been everything. It's beautiful. Even if I do sci-fi myself, it reminds me of Nisargadatta Maharaj quote, "To know I'm nothing is wisdom, to know I'm everything is love, and in between these two opposites my life resides." It's beautiful. It just sums it all up. It gives you no position to sit. It's beautiful. Okay, Keith, what else did you have to say? So it's not to let out the feeling, but to see the seeking that's going on underneath our beliefs and action. Yeah, but sometimes you need to do some sort of emotional release because the emotion gets really stuck in our bodies. There's so many different techniques that you can try if an emotion's getting really stuck in your body. There's the book that I've recommended to people called Waking the Tiger. You could do the tapping thing. What's it called? EFT? All different things to try and release those emotions, but that's not freedom. But sometimes they need to be released in order for you to see they're not true. It's like this, they say, a rich man doesn't have to tell you he's rich. That's sweet, Miles, yeah.